What's going on, YouTube? Today, I proudly present an in-depth review of the 2019 Honda Insight. Press once to turn the accessory on, twice for ignition on, and then to power the vehicle on, press on the brake, and press the button once more. Then when the car is ready to drive, it tells you on the left screen. The transmission is a 1-speed direct drive. Depress the brake. Push D for drive, N for neutral. Pull back on R for reverse. And you do get a camera with dynamic guidance lines that adjust when you turn the steering wheel. Park. This does have automatic climate control and sync. Heated seats. The buttons feel really nice to the touch. So you have 3 different drive modes: Econ, Normal, Sport, which keeps the engine on at all times when in this mode. And then you have a 4th mode, which is EV mode. And specific requirements need to be met before EV mode is able to activate. Like, for instance, it needs to be warm enough and the battery has to have a sufficient charge. And if neither of those things are met, then you cannot enter EV mode. Here's the parking brake. It's electronic and automatic. Put your foot on the brake and push down to release, and pull up to apply. To use the automatic feature, make sure it's in park, make sure the parking brake's on, no feet on the pedals, pull up until you hear beeping, pull up again. And that one steady beep means the parking brake will not apply automatically whenever you turn off the car. If you want that back on, do the inverse. 2 beeps indicate that the parking brake will be automatically applied if it is not already whenever you turn the ignition off. It does have brake hold as well, so all you have to do is put the car in gear, fasten your seatbelt, excuse me for a second, and then press the button. And as you can see, the vehicle is being held, but if you do as much as unbuckle, it engages the parking brake automatically. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the lights. It does have automatic lights and high beams. Fog lights and hazards. I will also pop the hood. And let's see how that looks outside. It does have LED side turn signal mirrors. Hybrid badging on the side. Full LED headlights. LED fog lights and turn signals. This is the Touring trim. It's got LED tail lights, but not brake lights, turn signals, or reverse lights in the rear. Here's the rear view camera. Decent amount of trunk space despite it being a hybrid. Normally the hybrid battery would be taking up a bunch of space. Here's the engine. It's a 1.5 liter turbo and it's hybridized. There's the electric engine. This button on the end manually activates the right view camera. To use the auto high beam system, the light control must be in auto, and you don't have to push the stock forward, just leave it in the middle. All it has to be in is auto. And if you want manual high beams, you don't even have to take it out of auto, you can just push forward for manual override. And when you return it to the center, it goes back to auto high beams. But if you want to override that, you turn it to manual on. Alright, so as I was talking about, there's the right view camera. It also turns on automatically with the right signal. So that's cool. I'm going to take off a glove. So you can connect your Bluetooth device. Here's the dimmer. You can turn the screen completely off. Navigation. You can enter your address here. Set the date and time. Select how sensitive the touchpad is going to be. You can turn on or off the recommended refuel notification. TPMS calibration, so that's if your tire pressure light is still on after you inflate your tires. You can turn it off using that. Lighting setup. You can set how sensitive the automatic light sensor will be. Mid is the default setting. It also has automatic lights on with windshield wipers, so that's only when the light control is in auto. It will not work if it's in off. Because in some states, actually most states, you are required by law to have headlights on when operating the windshield wipers. Auto off timer. So that's the exterior headlight delay. And when the headlight switch is in either parking lights, auto, or on, that's what this applies to. So it's not just for auto. If you wanted to turn the auto high beam system off manually with the light switch still in auto, you have to pull and hold back on the stock for about 40 seconds. Phone settings. Power flow. You can see your range to empty. Driving status, see where power is flowing to. For example, flowing from the battery to the drive wheels or vice versa. So when you're slowing down, you're regenerating the battery. Same with the braking. It's regenerative braking. Trip computer. Switch between A and B. check for updates. Can also activate Sirius XM. Or you can see all your apps using the All Apps button at the bottom of the screen. Climate controls, as I've mentioned, they are automatic. The buttons feel really nice to the touch. You can turn the AC on and off. Or if you didn't want to use the automatic zone, then this button is for you. Change between the 4 different available zones. Recycle, front defrost, rear defrost, and mirror heating. 2 USB slots, power outlet, and this is what the key looks like. It has remote start as well. Cup holders, glove box storage. Here's the button over here for the trip. Go between the odometer, distance on trip A and distance on trip B. Panel brightness. Fuel door release. Safety systems. Can turn that on and off using the controller knob on the steering wheel. Then you can exit the menu. And here are the menus on this side. So you got power, flow, eco, drive, gauge only. You can press and hold to change the speed and distance units from miles per hour to kilometers an hour. Say you were to drive this in Canada. So on this screen, you can pretty much see things that you previously were only able to see on the center screen. Driving support systems, maintenance reminders, safety supports, vehicle warnings. So that's pretty nice. Traction control off, push and hold. Telephone controls, voice control. The adaptive cruise control. Turn the main cruise control on and off. It's got automatic wipers and shift paddles. But I'm not too sure how useful those are in a hybrid, especially on a 1-speed direct drive, but I'm sure they have some function. The front two windows are fully automatic. Whereas the rear 2 are manual, so you have to hold them. Rear window lock. Lock and unlock. Mirror controls. Trunk release. Hood release. And then down here are your seat controls. You can tilt it back with this. Vent controls are right here. And up here are the power sunroof controls and emergency SOS buttons. Can turn the interior lighting on with the door open. This is to open the sunroof, but I'm not going to because it's pretty cold. Then here's the sunroof. Block the sun out with that. It's the Honda Link and then the emergency SOS. You lift this latch up and then you push the button inside. Alrighty. Well guys, that wraps up today's tour. And as you can see, the parking brake applied once I turned off the ignition. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash that thumbs up in the face. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on post notifications. Do what you do best. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day, everyone.